So it's essentially fostering children between the ages of 0 and 18, focusing on their therapeutic side of things to ensure that they grow up to be the best versions of themselves.
We have a higher level of engagement, so we do a lot with the appointments, with things like speech, OT, physio, behavioural, a lot more wraparound supports, a lot more appointments, a lot more meetings. I had a long history working with TCI and being able to understand kids' behaviours, and I've worked really closely with Naji as well. And I think just being together for 18 years is, he's been able to pick up on ways in which we engage and talk to young people. But also in regards to life without barriers, we have received training, and training isn't just always a formal in a meeting room. It might actually be a little bit about advocacy and about how do we support this young person, and what are the strategies and what are the considerations life without barriers would need to consider when we're working with a kid that's got multiple complexities. So whether that's, as an example, our older one now, he's got NDIS, so being able to navigate around the speech, the OT, the physio, the behavioural, the mentoring, there are a lot of services, but being able to coordinate them, making sure they actually happen, and getting our young one involved in it is critical, because having the services but no participation means no outcomes. It might look good on paper, but it doesn't work. For us, it's just making sure that we've got them available, and I think that's the big thing about THBC, is making sure that we are involved in it. So we're part of the case reviews, we're part of each step basically, and we've got a higher level of autonomy around making decisions, which makes it much easier.
I think when it comes to therapeutic home care as well, it's not one size fits all really. Each child is different, each child's trauma is different. They're all complex in their own way. As much as we appreciate the support and training provided by Life Without Barriers, it's more so about that relational bond that you also build with the case manager, with the managers at Life Without Barriers, that when you do call or message or email or whatever it might be, getting that response is what matters most, because it's trying to give the child a voice. So we want to make sure that when we're heard, it's for them. And we build our training every single day. Richard's been in the industry for 25 years, and there's times where I also see him sometimes even a little bit baffled. I get sometimes baffled because you learn something new every day. They teach us as much as we teach them, and it's just a matter of building around their behaviors, their complex trauma, and creating a training in our home for us, for them, and passing that information on to Life Without Barriers, because even if we come across something that they haven't, that one little bit of information that they can include can support thousands of carers out there.
Being therapeutic as such doesn't mean that you let the kids get away with stuff. When these two boys moved in, I actually gave them both the same spiel about, we respect each other, we are honest, we are transparent, that we don't talk bad about other people, we work on ourselves. With the younger one, when he came in, because he didn't want any services, so I actually sat with him and drew out two pathways. One is the road that he's on at the moment, and the alternate. And what I knew about this kid was he always wanted to be in control. So for me, it was just about making sure that whatever I'm presenting, he's in control, he's a driver.
And he's included.
But I think being able to draw out what a life could actually look like and how he is in control of that, something just clicked.
It wasn't an overnight thing. And this is what the therapeutic home care is all about. It's not about shoving something down their throat and saying, this is what you have to be, or this is what you need to be. It's more about gradually assisting these children to see the better life that they can have.
Real conversations.
Correct, real conversations, including them in the conversation, asking them, what do you want to do with life? What do you love? Because these are some of the questions that people just completely just glaze over and not even worry about. And it's just trying to understand them and assisting them or guiding them into the steps in life that can get them there. It's being able to take that step back and listen and understand, because sometimes they can't articulate or express the true feeling or meaning behind their outburst. And it's just us as carers taking that step back, looking at that challenge from a very different perspective between the two of us, and then involving the young person in the decision. And you see a completely different side of things, because it allows them to say, I was able to make that choice and someone actually listened to me, and I don't have to be angry, I don't have to challenge them. They're not making the decision for me, they're allowing me to make the decision for myself. But it's just a matter of taking that challenge, taking a step back and just realizing, why is that challenge present and how can we
humanize it.
Yeah,